Welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going beyond the headlines, right? And like we always do, we're going to uncover those intriguing philosophical and cultural insights that are kind of hiding within today's news.
Yeah, it's great.
We've got a mix of sources, again, the usual suspects, philosophy blogs, news sites, academic announcements,
Right,
all pointing to thought-provoking trends and stories you might have missed.
for sure.
First up, the age-old question of belief.
Okay.
Sacerdotes is reporting a decline in atheism.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're arguing that the new atheist movement may have alienated some potential converts with that confrontational approach.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Instead of attracting people to atheism, they might have inadvertently pushed them away.
Right.
They also suggest that advancements in science and philosophy are actually supporting the existence of a creator.
Oh, wow.
As we learn more about the universe's complexity, the idea of a guiding force might become more appealing.
Right. That makes sense.
But then we have Eric Schwitzgebel's blog, The Splintered Mind, and he's exploring hyperconsciousness. The idea that human consciousness is just one level in a potentially unlimited hierarchy of non-physical properties.
Wow.
He even brings up philosophical zombies to illustrate the idea.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
So, hypothetical beings that act exactly like us, but lack conscious experience.
Right.
It's a thought experiment to explore the relationship between the physical and the mental.
That's a good one.
So we have one blog suggesting a resurgence of belief in a creator,
Okay.
and another exploring the possibility of consciousness beyond our comprehension.
So almost like two opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if we're on the verge of a new era of belief, one that incorporates both traditional faith and radical new understandings of consciousness.
That's a really interesting thought.
Our next stop takes us to the intersection of justice and media narratives.
Okay.
Jamesian Philosophy Refreshed covers the case of Richard Glossop, who's getting a new trial after 28 years on death row based on potentially false testimony. This raises serious questions about the justice system's reliability, especially in cases with irreversible consequences, like capital punishment.
Absolutely.
Imagine the emotional toll of 28 years on death row, knowing you might be innocent.
That's a terrifying thought.
It's a stark reminder that the pursuit of justice must be unwavering in its commitment to truth and accuracy.
Couldn't agree more.
The same blog also discusses the murder of Gabby Petito,
Rare.
highlighting the influencer culture's pressure to project a perfect image even in dangerous situations.
Yeah, that's a really important point.
This case tragically illustrates how the curated reality of social media can mask real-life struggles and dangers.
For sure.
It forces us to confront the ethical implications of consuming and participating in this culture.
Right.
Are we perpetuating a system that prioritizes appearances over well-being?
It's a question worth asking.
Now for some exciting news from the worlds of academia.
Okay, I like this.
Daily News reports a $500,000 Mellon Foundation grant awarded to the University of Minnesota Center for Canon Expansion and Change.
That's fantastic.
This grant aims to promote the teaching of neglected figures in the history of philosophy.
I see.
It's about diversifying the philosophical conversation, bringing in voices that have been historically marginalized.
Right.
Expanding the canon allows us to engage with a richer tapestry of thought and challenge those traditional narratives of philosophical history.
For sure.
Daily News also highlights several large grants awarded to philosophers by the Italian Science Fund.
Oh, wow.
These grants fund research on diverse topics,
Okay.
including the human dimension of mathematical knowledge,
Interesting.
the role of norms in social kinds,
Okay.
and the demarcation between science and pseudoscience in the age of disinformation.
Really important stuff.
It's encouraging to see significant financial support for philosophical inquiry.
Absolutely.
It underscores the continued relevance of philosophy in addressing complex contemporary issues.
Yeah, for sure.
Finally, let's turn our attention to the power of art and storytelling.
I like.
Aesthetics for Birds praises the Oscar-nominated film Honora for its exploration of love and sex.
Okay.
They argue that the film challenges the current sexual climate by showcasing the life-giving power of love and sex.
Interesting.
It's a reminder that art can spark critical conversations and offer alternative perspectives on sensitive topics.
Right.
Meanwhile, the APA blog connects Mystery Science Theater 3000 to existential absurdity.
Ah.
It highlights how humor, even when directed at bad movies, can help us grapple with life's inherent absurdity.
That's a good point.
Two very different forms of art, both offering unique insights into the human condition.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder about the multifaceted ways in which art can shape our understanding of ourselves and the world.
Absolutely.
So much to consider already. And we've only just begun. Back for more with our deep dive into today's news with some more philosophical and cultural insights.
I love it.
We have some fascinating material today from sources like After Dinner Conversation, Thoughts Extinct, and Imperfect Cognitions. These sources offer like a diverse range of perspectives on topics that impact our daily lives.
Right.
Evolutionary Philosophy blog.
Okay.
They share a draft of a paper exploring the origin of knowledge. It dives into how our understanding of the world has evolved over time.
That's really interesting.
It's a journey back to the roots of human cognition,
Right.
How did we develop the capacity for knowledge?
Right.
What evolutionary pressures shaped our ways of knowing?
Yeah.
Philosophy Bits offers a thought-provoking collection of quotes from various thinkers.
I like that.
One that stands out is from Mark Twain. There was never yet an uninteresting life. Such a thing is an impossibility. Inside of the dullest exterior, there is a drama, a comedy, and a tragedy.
That's a good one.
Twain reminds us that every life, no matter how ordinary it may seem, is filled with depth and complexity.
Yeah.
It encourages us to look beyond surface appearances and appreciate the richness of every human experience.
For sure.
Warp Weft and Way.
Okay.
They point us to a collaborative learning project discussing Eric Schwitzgebel's The Weirdness of the World.
Hi.
That title alone sparks curiosity.
It does.
The project encourages readers to embrace the unknown and challenge their preconceived notions of reality.
I see.
It aligns with Schwitzgebel's exploration of hyperconsciousness,
Right.
which suggests there might be levels of experience beyond our current comprehension.
It's a mind-blowing concept.
It's humbling to realize how much we don't know.
Right.
It opens up a world of possibilities.
Absolutely.
A philosopher's blog tackles the seemingly mundane topic of regulations,
Okay.
but connects it to broader issues of environmentalism and political discourse.
Interesting.
It's a reminder that philosophical inquiry can be applied to even the most practical aspects of our lives.
For sure.
Regulations, often seen as bureaucratic hurdles, can be viewed through a philosophical lens as tools for shaping a more just and sustainable society.
Right.
The blog encourages us to engage in critical thinking and reasoned debate on these important matters.
Oh, especially in today's world.
Especially in a world where polarization and misinformation can easily derail productive conversations.
Yeah, exactly.
The Marginalian delves into the cellular science of matricence,
Okay.
the profound biological transformation that occurs during motherhood.
Wow.
The article connects this biological process to broader philosophical questions about identity and the nature of self.
Interesting.
It's fascinating how scientific discoveries can illuminate fundamental philosophical questions about what it means to be human.
It really is.
Error statistics philosophy takes us on a leisurely cruise through concepts like power severity and positive predictive value. These concepts, often used in scientific and statistical contexts,
Right.
have broader philosophical implications as well.
I see.
They invite us to critically examine our assumptions and consider alternative ways of understanding the world.
For sure.
Finally, philosophical guidance invites us to delve into the Upanishads,
Okay.
exploring Hinduism's perspective on ultimate reality and the meaningful life.
That sounds fascinating.
This exploration reminds us that there are many different paths to knowledge and wisdom.
Absolutely.
Engaging with diverse philosophical traditions can enrich our understanding of ourselves and the world around us.
It's like adding new colors to our palette of thought.
Right. It's time to move on to our final part,
Okay.
where we'll explore the intersection of religion, health, and cultural commentary.
Sounds good.
We're back for our final segment of this deep dive.
Oof.
And we're going to be exploring the intersection of religion, health, and cultural commentary.
It's interesting how those areas all kind of come together.
Sacerdotes provides two pieces that highlight this.
Okay.
The first one focuses on the declining health of Pope Francis, who has been battling bronchitis and pneumonia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the Pope's health is obviously a matter of global concern,
Of course.
reflecting his significant influence and the deep connection many people feel to him as his spiritual leader.
Right.
It's a reminder of the human element, even in the most powerful institutions.
Yeah.
The outpouring of support and prayers for his recovery says a lot about the importance of faith and community in those times of vulnerability.
For sure.
The second piece from Sacerdotes revisits that decline of atheism, suggesting a resurgence of belief in a creator.
Okay.
They attribute this to multiple factors,
Like what?
like the new atheist movement's confrontational approach,
Right.
and a perceived shift in scientific and philosophical thought towards theism, which kind of brings up the question, how do you see the future of belief unfolding?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Will traditional religions maintain their influence, or will we see new forms of spirituality emerge?
I mean, the interplay between science, philosophy, and faith is always evolving, right?
Right.
So it's a fascinating question with no easy answers.
It's clear that the relationship between those domains is complex and multifaceted.
For sure.
It's something to keep in mind as we continue to explore the world around us. Our deep dive today has only scratched the surface, but it's hopefully sparked a curiosity in you, the listener, to continue exploring these important topics.
I hope so.
We've journeyed from the depths of philosophical inquiry to the heights of artistic expression,
Wow.
touching upon the intricacies of the justice system, the evolving nature of belief, and the profound impact of social media on our lives.
It's been quite a journey.
These diverse topics, though seemingly unconnected, all contribute to a richer understanding of the human experience.
They really do.
As you go about your day, remember this: we live in a world saturated with information. But true knowledge comes from engaging with diverse perspectives, asking critical questions, and seeking a deeper understanding.
Couldn't agree more.
Keep those minds curious and open until next time.
See you then.